This video is going to cover how to review data as a standard user. In order to access the collected HSE data as a standard user, your administrator will need to have selected HSE Review button is visible to standard users in the Admin menu. Do this by clicking Admin, User Mode, then Admin in the drop-down menu. Enter your PIN code and click OK. The default is 1234. Select Admin, Settings, then go to the Options tab. Click the tick box and log out of Admin mode. The HSE History button is now available on the main screen. Select your name from the list at the bottom left. Click the HSE Review button. You will be asked to put in your PIN number. Do this and click OK. HSE Point History will pop up. At the top of the screen is the User section. This tells you which user you have selected as well as your latest daily exposure value. The next section is Export to CSV file. This button saves the table below into a CSV file. It saves an HSE summary. The CSV file format can be viewed in an Excel spreadsheet and is universally recognized. Data Source allows you to review the data that is on your local hard drive or a remote hard drive. To view the remote drive, you will first need to set up the backup path, which is covered in another training video. Data Type allows you to select how you want to review your HSE points history. You can have the HSE points history on a day-by-day basis, midnight to midnight, or by files, which just lists all the individual data files. Daily HSE points history is shown in a bar graph format. Typically, you would only have one file per day. If you have been working with different tools and have several data files, one for each tool, then viewing the data as files would allow you to quickly pick out the worst tools and concentrate on the relevant data files. There are two types of filter to make it easier for you to sort through the data you have collected. The first one is Filter by Date. You can select a custom date range by typing in the two boxes in the correct format: day, month, year. Or you can select one of the preset date ranges of last 7 days, last 30 days, or all dates. The second filter is by HSE points. Using the up and down arrows or by typing in the box, it allows you to filter the minimum amount of HSE points on display in the graph of the right of the screen. This feature can be used to easily detect files and days where you have had high readings, or where you have gone over your user action/alarm limit. Once you had filtered the data, the next step is to look at the data you've collected. This may be either in bar graph format or in line graph format. Keeping the data type as HSE history, click on a date where you have gone over your daily action limit. Once you have done this, click the down arrow in the heading Plot Files. This will plot all the files for that day into a line graph and show them on the right of the screen. By default, the software will plot all the files as combined XYZ plots. Most data is collected in combined XYZ format. If the data file has the data stored in separate XYZ format, then you can display the combined reading or the individual XYZ readings, or both. The table shows the decimeter serial number, the activation date, the activation time, number of HSE points for the file, and the logging time. If there are files included in the plots graph that you wish to remove, this can be done by selecting the required plot and clicking the up arrow. This will remove the file from the table below. You can also click the tick box for the selected plot. This will keep the information in the table but will hide the plot line on the graph. When you have finished viewing the data set altogether, click the rubbish bin, which will simply remove the data from the table. None of these actions will delete any data. all the data will still be saved in the database. To learn how to use the graph and quick keys, watch our video on how to use the bar graph and line graphs.